Hello, most welcome to Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development for today's incomes only. The investment you're going to talk today will be Ethereum Teach. First, I want to say happy Saturday, everybody. Have a great weekend, by the way. Respect to recording time of 9:46 a.m. on the Eastern Time. Ethereum contracting $4,032, about 3.33% so far. On the overall crypto market, we are normalizing slash, with some microly driven effects that's driving some selective altcoin to be selling down right now. Just to look at that, on the just position perspective, Solana is currently down about 4%, ALGORAND is down about 3% respectively, while Polygon and XRP are both flat right now, while the key coins, Bitcoin's about close to 3%, while Ethereum always leading the effort up about 3.2% so far. So on the media front, I would say there isn't anything specific that's jumping off the page. This is typical on a Saturday morning. Most publication companies are relatively, taking a break until later half of the day, around like 4:30 to like 6:30 p.m. on the Eastern Time. They start to, publish some news article, to recap or remind us what happened last week, or some sort of a foreshadow news as well, or some new developments, right? But the bulk of the news will come sometimes around Sunday morning. That's typical, as the international side of the house, of the publication side, start to wake up, and then the U.S. side on the domestic front will start to catch up as well, right? So we'll see how that goes, right? So the rebound or the, buying pressure that we're seeing right now is really just the market normalizing, with respect to Ethereum, just more specifically, is because we are sustaining above the 4,000 mark, right? This is not really a true level, right? This is a flat number, right? Based on the market appetites, the 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, right? The real level, as we know, that we were able to capture last night based on our limit order, and this is the methodology that we've been talking about for quite some time now, and I was able to place my limit order at 3,850 as we hit to that correction yesterday night, right? I think it was happened around like 6:30, 7:30 p.m. when I was out. So I'm happy that, my friends and family here, and I love you guys, that you guys are able to, make some gains right now, as we head on to during this weekend right now, right? So hope you guys had a great Friday. I had a great one. I'm actually a little bit dehydrated from the food that I ate last night, and woke up really, really tired. And for some reason, maybe it's my camera or something, I look really, really pale. I think it's the lighting or something, but I am really, really pale. Maybe I'm just losing blood flow in my head. That's why I'm rambling so much. Hopefully that's not the case. But anyways, so let's just dive into the technicals right now. So respective Ethereum, as I'm recording, as of 9:49 a.m. on the Eastern Time, currently trading above 4,000 mark right now and sustaining at the 4,000. You can see that clearly. This is a really substantive consolidation zone that we are hovering. Tested since basically October, and if you look back historically, we also tested sometimes in September, right? So this is a new platform as we escalate this financial assets in an architectural perspective, right? So do we see more sell-off? I think possibly not, right? Contingent on the FOMC meeting, contingent on obviously no more like black swan news around Evergrande, with respect to the defaults, right? And the reason that we sold off again, right, just in more of a conceptual perspective, the Evergrande drags down the entire market because, a lot of institutional investors have skin in the game with respect to the real estate assets. And when they have to go through a defaults, they have to sell some other of their portfolio, which subsequently, got into equity and crypto to basically overcompensate by paying off their when they have to write off an investment, right, just to make up for it, right? So it's kind of like overcompensation by selling off. So but we know they are probably frustrated with themselves that they have to sell off because of this default, right? So they probably sold it on a loss or not at the most opportune time either, because we're relatively oversold right now. So bad for them, good for us, right, if you think about it that way. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. So right now, I think the likelihood of actually breaking down to, let's say, 3,150 or 2,000-ish, that will be very unlikely because we're relatively at an okay level right now, 44 out of 70. So I think ideally maybe dollar cost averaging a little bit more around here. It's not terrible, it's logical, but 3,850, that's the level. 3,475, that's the level, right? So place your limit order around here. That will be not terrible, right? I think that's pretty logical. Bitcoin, same thing. I think you place your order around like 47, 44. But I think right now Bitcoin is at a really depleted zone already. We've been selling off ever since like what, November, early November, right? And we are trying so hard to squeeze us down basically from all the negative media affectation. So I think buying right now is a good level if you believe in Bitcoin as a long-term value proposition. And we know that politically there are some countries that are adopting this right now, like AKA El Salvador. So I do see Bitcoin with respect to its long-term value proposition. So I think right now incurring risk right now is not terrible either. Dogecoin's up about 3% right now. I think still a buy despite it's up right now. But yeah, anywhere from current level to the 1302 is just, this is drilling oil completely, 1302. Cardano's up about 6% right now, bouncing up because 19.20 or $1.20 is really depleted, as you know. Let's see how on the scale is still 33, so very oversold still. Anywhere from current level to $1.20 is still the best. Is still really good level to incur risk. So Cardano's not terrible. I don't see us to be continually drilling oil like that. Solana is down about 3.61%, so anywhere from 154 to 133 to 113 will still be the frames that I would be buying at right now. XRP is flat right now, so bouncing up and down like ping pong balls right now. Right now, I think it's bound to reverse because we've been selling down for quite some time now. We're still over depleted. Yeah, still 36 out of 70. So yeah, anywhere from 88, 78 to 69, which I think is unlikely for us to even get there in the meantime. Polkadot is down up about 2% right now. Anywhere from the current level to 25 is still the dip for us. Algorand is down about 2.5%. So anywhere from the current level, which we did get to, remember I said 160 to 150, right? So Algorand is just like, people are overreacting, and I think people are giving up on this specific assets because of lack of microly driven affectation around the development of Algorand. So I could understand why that is. It's just because people are placing more focus on other assets, with more upside potential when there's a lack of developmental or understanding around the lack thereof as well. So, but if you believe in long term, I think right now it's not terrible because we're relatively depleted right now. Shiba Inu, it seems like it's just flying off the cliff still. And I think the escalator or the slide is going to continue with the 38 out of 70. So as we wait until we come back to the 35 out of 70 or 30, 2,900 to 900 is still going to be the frame that I would buy at. MacTech is reversing down right now. I think we're going to see more sell-off. We are about to form a death cross. So yeah, be prepared for MacTech. Like, be ready for it. 175 to 143. Those are the places I will put my limit orders. AVAX, current level to 60 is still the level I would be buying at with the 40, so it's not terrible, not the best either. But again, right, anywhere below 81 is still the like what I typically would be incurring risk at. So with respect to the risk management level, again, right, there isn't really any news that I've been looking into. It seems like the news are still stale. So these are the level to risk mitigate and risk manage. So feel free to place your limit orders here. Again, this is not wizardry. This is just technical speaking the truth. And I think by doing this, using this methodology, you are always, technologically and automatically placing the limit order that allows you to execute the logical execution level that allows you to both risk mitigate, control your bleeding, but at the same time, you don't ever freak out because you know that, contingent on believing in the technicals and the black swan news, despite how exogenous or severe it is, we know that these are the levels that we will go down to based on just market supply and demand, right? Because the prices go up and down based on simple supply and demand logics, right? And that's why we apply this methodology to, consistently generate a good return for us, right? So that's it for this morning. Really appreciate you for joining me again. Hope you guys have a good weekend as well. Today's really warm in New York. It's like 61 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like around like 11, 13 degrees Celsius if you think about it that way, which is not the most typical. If you talk about like in December, New York winter is typically very drastic. But it's so weird that it's like some days really hot, some days really cold. Yesterday it was really hot. I was wearing like a turtleneck yesterday, and I was like sweating the whole day, and I wasn't wearing anything else. Well, not like I was wearing pants, obviously, but I wasn't wearing anything else beside just a sweater. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys have a good day and stay tuned for the club. Take care. Bye.